just seemed like the other day the Warriors just came out of nowhere and took over the league by storm. And the Warriors with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green dominated the league. And the guy who led this crew, Steph Curry, definitely showed why he can possibly be one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game, shattering three-point records and becoming one of the most dominant point guards, the greatest shooter in the history of the game. A man who revolutionized the game of basketball and has changed the game forever and how we see it. In this video today, I'm going to be discussing Steph Curry's case to win his third MVP. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more basketball content. Let's get into it. This season for the Golden State Warriors, it was supposed to be a comeback season. We all know after missing the season, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson both were out with injuries, and now when we learned that Klay Thompson, he got hurt again, tearing his Achilles, an even worse injury compared to tearing his ACL, we all knew from that point on that Steph Curry was definitely going to have to be the man this season for this team. And the Warriors, luckily enough, they were able to get the second pick of the NBA draft and using that pick to draft James Wiseman. And James Wiseman has been a huge plus this season for the Golden State Warriors. But overall, we're not here to talk about James Wiseman. We're here to talk about the one and only Steph Curry. In this season alone, Steph Curry for the Golden State Warriors has definitely exceeded the expectations thus far. He's averaging 29.5 points per game, and that is second in the league, only behind Bradley Beal. He's number one in three-pointers, that's no surprise, and he's top 20 in assists. This season, Steph Curry has definitely played extremely well, and not only that, he's averaging 29.5 points a game, but he's shooting at an efficient 48% from the field, and he's shooting 43% from the three-point line. So overall this season for the Golden State Warriors, this offense has had to been run through Steph Curry, and he's been the main focal point for this team, and he's definitely delivered compared to what we thought he would have been last season. But this season, luckily, he had a little bit more help on his hand when they were able to get Kelly Oubre. And Andrew Wiggins, he hasn't really played the best this season, but he's still contributing as well. And not only that, but as I said before, getting James Wiseman was another big plus for this team. But for Steph Curry this season, losing Klay Thompson, as I said before, was not really a good look for this team. Because I believe that if the Warriors were healthy this season, we all knew this, that this team would have definitely been in that championship discussion. Especially now when you look at the talent that this team does have. This is a pretty young NBA team. They have great young talent, but not only that, but they have great veterans and they have future Hall of Famers on this team. And as we all know, the MVP case, it's definitely changed over the few years, especially though when Russell Westbrook had won the MVP back in the Oklahoma City Thunder, when the Oklahoma City Thunder were ranked about the 6th best team in the Western Conference, I believe. And Westbrook somehow still won the MVP. And the Warriors right now, they have a 12-12 record. They're currently 9th in the Western Conference. And I believe this season that the Warriors, they can still possibly make the playoffs. Especially if Kelly Oubre starts to play a lot better. Just overall, if everybody starts really playing just as good. Because Steph Curry, he's definitely doing his part this season for this team. And I believe that if he can win MVP this year, which is, a slight chance, this team is definitely going to have to improve throughout these next few games and few months of basketball. But for Steph Curry this season, he's looking even better, in my opinion, than the 2016 Steph Curry, who won unanimous MVP. Man has had a career high this season, 62 points. Not only that, but he had 57 points the other night. So, this season he's definitely taken on a bigger scoring load for this Warriors team, but he has no choice if they want to contend out in the Western Conference. And the really good thing about it is that Steve Curry, he said this already, that he refuses to give Steph Curry more minutes because, that's just going to be too much on him already. But to be honest, I still believe that the talent that Steph Curry has, and we all know how good of a player he is, coming off of an injury he had as well last season, he should still definitely be in that MVP discussion just out of the respect of the player of who he is. Just this season alone as well, he passed Reggie Miller for second all-time in three-pointers made, and he's definitely going to be coming for Ray Allen in these next 2 to 3 years. But for the Golden State Warriors overall, this season, it was as I said before, supposed to be a much bigger season for this team. Really, this year you can put an asterisk by the Golden State Warriors because this season, it's just another year for them. Next season, I believe, when Clay finally comes back and they have a fully loaded roster again, this team will definitely start to make some noise. And they've talked about, trading for other guys and things like that. But the truth is that when Clay comes back, yes, he won't really truly be ever the same player again, suffering from 2 catastrophic injuries. But this team is still going to be really good enough to compete out in the Western Conference and possibly make it to the NBA Finals. But I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to make another move before the trade deadline to trade somebody away. The trade deadline is March 6th, so I wouldn't be surprised if they want to trade Kelly Oubre because he has been a major disappointment this season for the Warriors, and possibly Andrew Wiggins as well to get somebody really good in return for them. But overall, I believe that the talent and the level that Steph Curry is playing at this season is one of the best in his entire NBA career, despite the team not having as much success. And because of that, right now, he's a dark horse candidate, in my opinion, to win the MVP. But if the team comes back and they start playing much better basketball over this next stretch, especially after All-Star break, then Steph Curry will definitely have an even bigger case, in my opinion, for possibly stealing the MVP. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. More of these videos are coming up soon. Have a good day. Peace.
Okay.